One of the things that I have become aware of, given the work that we do with Girl Geek Academy, is that gender equality is one of the few early prevention measures for family violence. So 1 woman a week is killed at the hands of an intimate partner in Australia. And when you think about it, how can we stop that at the start? Global research shows that gender inequality sets the framework for men's violence against women to occur. But every app on our phone has been largely built by men, funded by men, and is run by companies that are dominated by men. I can strive for gender equality in meat space all I like, but if the infrastructure that we're all using every day for our work and our home and our personal lives has all been created by men, then is women's safety and gender equality at large really, really considered?
The foundation of Rampersand was to create a sustainable environment in Australia for our tech entrepreneurs. And we are such a small ecosystem, and we're a long way behind a lot of the most advanced ecosystems in the world. If we're going to win, we have to win by harnessing all of the people and all of the power at our disposal. If we could create Australia in the image of perfection and not go down the paths that so many other ecosystems have of privilege rewarding privilege, then we have a chance of being successful. And if we have this mentality, either actively or passively, that says we're only going to empower one small subset of that whole, then how the hell are we going to win?
I got to work in some organisations that had done an incredible job of building really diverse and inclusive teams, and I was part of some organisations that hadn't done such a good job. And it was really noticeable to see the difference in culture, performance, and retention in those organisations that did things really well. It's very easy to stand by and assume it's someone else's problem or have a conversation about targets and metrics, but that's not really the underlying problem. The underlying problem is age-old power structures that have existed for a long time. And at the end of the day, there's more women than men in Australia. And if we want to tap into the full potential of this country, then we need to break some of these barriers down, and we need to do it really quickly.
One of the issues about gender inequality is that people actually believe that this is going to affect them a lot. Like, not to say that it doesn't affect them, but I also think that it will hinder when it comes to, wanting to pursue growth and wanting to be pursuing other opportunities. I have seen my other founders that are females, they always feel like, I don't want to do this because I don't think I can. They only back male founders. I'm trying to tell myself, don't let that get into my head, but I know this is an issue.
It's such an issue because it affects our confidence. There's this massive imposter syndrome amongst women, and those situations, they're subtle. And I've realised that it didn't just occur for me during capital raise process, it's been throughout my entire career. I think it was Sheryl Sandberg that said, stereotypes perpetuate stereotypes. So the less women you see in leadership roles, the less you're going to see in leadership roles. It's kind of a vicious cycle. We feel like we're the odd ones out.
I felt I'm naturally an extroverted person, and even for me it was really tough to be able to go out there and talk about my business and learn and connect. So I thought, well, if this is already happening to me, I can just imagine the amount of women out there that feel isolated and they won't even attend a networking event because they're just so scared. I believe that isolation is one of the biggest killers in terms of killing dreams, ideas, businesses, and also it causes a lot of mental health issues. If you have someone in your corner that is supporting you, championing you, it just helps you on this journey so much more.